Alright, you go.
Okay, so now we're going to move on to the Q&A section. First question is, what are some of your short-term and long-term goals for APSA?
I think my short-term goals for APSA is to make sure that eBoard as a whole, and APSA as a whole in general, maintains our motivation and drive to continue pursuing what APSA stands for. And by doing this, it's through the things that we do that work, like creating family, Bam Bam, and maintaining a strong family system and having cultural presentation. For my long-term goals, I think I want to really build that cultural foundation for other events to stem off from. For example, I think this year, Sports Day revolved more around cultural games, and I feel like we can incorporate more culture into the social things that we do.
So next question, rate your top 5 qualities as a leader that will help you serve your executive board this year, or if you were to be elected.
Top 5?
Your top 5 qualities.
Oh, that's good. I'm just kidding. I think I'll list them all first and then I'll explain. Never mind. I think first, I will say that I'm hardworking, and this means that I'm not afraid to take on new tasks of what I need to do and build upon what I am already supposed to be doing. Like for example, taking minutes is what I'm supposed to be doing, but I'm not afraid to take on hosting a workshop or take on being a head of an APSA auxiliary. I think my second one is selflessness, and I believe that's to be a strong asset because I'm willing to dedicate my time to APSA regardless of how much time I have to sacrifice to sleep and how much time I have to sacrifice to eat. I'm willing to do it if it's for the betterment of APSA. I think third is I'm good at time management. I know everyone has this problem with, what's that word that starts with the letter P? Procrastinating. I'll say that for me, I can't really work under stress or under pressure that well as I can without it. So what I aim to do for the most part is to get my work done, completed, and have that extra time to really double check on my work. For third, I'll say that I am efficient. I want to, my goal for APSA is to make sure that we're focusing on the things that do matter, like planning future events and discussing what we need to do in the future rather than spending too much time in the past. I know the plus system is a good way for us to improve ourselves, but I feel like if we spend 100% of our time in that subject and only 50% of the time discussing future event, there's an imbalance in that. And I think the last part is, I'll say, I don't know what the word for it is, but I know when to get help when I need help. I think when planning this speech and doing this, I met with a lot of people to try to focus my direction on where I want to take APSA.
The next question is, as president, you will find yourself in situations where a decision you have made causes disappointment from alumni, internal organizations, or external organizations. What are you going to do to combat this?
I think one thing I want to do to combat this is first to make sure that what we are doing is satisfy our needs, and if it does happen to disappoint an external organization, I would take it upon myself to get in contact with them beyond just an email and really explain why we did what we did and why it relates to who we are as APSA. And I feel like, yeah, so I would just take it upon myself to really explain what our intent was. And if the intent wasn't correct, then I will make sure that it is known that we don't do it again.
And then the next question is, what will you do to improve the upper level, so junior, senior class GBMers, and alumni retention relationships?
I think one thing I want to do with the more upper division students would be not just having so much social events, but try to incorporate more cultural or political or events that would have an impact on their lives. And I say this, when I say this, I mean that the family and the social events that we do have, they're at like in 95%. They're a really high thing that APSA has a really strong foundation for. But I feel like for our other events, like for cultural, political workshops, we're not doing the best that we can do, and we have a lot of untapped potential in that area. And I feel like I want to really build up that potential so alumni can come back to have a chance to make an impact again.
And then last question is, this is a scenario question. So first semester is coming to a close, and half of your executive board is burnt out and quickly losing their passion. What are you going to do?
I think what I'm going to do if that were to be the case, well, first that won't be the case because I'll be president. But also, what I will try to do is during winter retreat or during meetings to remind them why they are joining APSA. I think for the most part, everyone who gave a speech here today, we can really see their passion that they have in APSA, and I really want to remind them of this passion that they have for APSA. And yes, it's going to be a lot of work, but in the end, the work is going to be worth it. I think it was during VSA's VCN presentation that it was mentioned that it was really hard. Like during planning FDS, for example, it's really hard along the way. You're going to be stressed out. You're going to lose sleep. But I think at the end, when the whole audience is clapping, that's when you know that it's really worth it. And that's what I want to do for my e-board, is to remind them of why they joined APSA in the first place, and to really capitalize that during winter retreat as well. And to focus on building our relations as a family, not just having it 100% work heavy. Because we can't be work heavy if we're not a family.
And that concludes the Q&A for